morning. Good morning. This is a very special weekend, and I am going to make the most out of it, cooking and writing. So the first book in the duet series is already done. To a point now where I'm not going to keep touching that. Anything that I do to touch it per se would be like cover art, like things like that. Like the formatting is essentially done, but like little stuff like that. Not anything with the content of the story. The second book is effectively done. I still need to run through and like read it and move some things around. I know that the ending portion is still being like tooled with, so that I'm hoping to get done today. Got some errands to run and things like that, gym and all that other good stuff. But for the most part, I am focused on getting that ending done. Probably playing around with some like ideas for marketing, ideas for videos, ideas for the channel, for the podcast, things like that. I don't know that this is necessarily a content heavy day, but I know it is a productivity day. I have stuff at home that needs to be taken care of that I'm just like, this is just going to be thrown to the wayside until as late as possible, because I want to focus on these things that I can while I got this little bit of time. So that's the plan for today. Desperately in need of a haircut. So that's at the top of my list. And I don't know, y'all, just writing. This past week has been a very intense one. Not necessarily bad, just a lot of life stuff happening on top, back to back of, next to, diagonal of each other itself, and I am tired of it. So this is my way to decompress, get some productivity done, and also rest. So that being said, man, happy writing and happy reading to those of you who are doing either. Is it's done and it's finished and it's ready when it's ready. That is one of my biggest takeaways. It's ready when it's ready, because I know myself and how worked up I get myself when it comes to this book. The deadline you set is the deadline for you. So just a bunch of little things that I think would be beneficial to just remind yourself, or for me to remind myself whenever I am writing. And so this has been a very spiritual morning in a sense. So there's that. The other thing is consuming other media, reading. Like, that's so simple, so minor as far as like advice is concerned, that in order to write better, you should read. And even if the things that you're reading you find flaws with, that is okay, because you're pointing out the things that you see as wrong, or things that you might want to avoid in your own reading. And when you get good stuff, you're like, okay, how do I emulate this in a way that is indicative of me, where it doesn't sound like I'm biting off that other person? So super minor and super obvious, but read. That being said, one of my author friends gifted me a copy of their book before release, and I've been reading it. Like I said, this past week has been really hectic, so I haven't been reading as much as I would have liked to, but I definitely plan on making time for it, probably this evening, and sometime over the next couple of days, because I'm really enjoying the book. And I don't want to mention anything, I guess, about it right now. I want to kind of wait and talk to them, because I'm going to buy a physical copy. Like, that's regardless, I'm going to do that. But I'm enjoying the book, and I'm just so grateful because, you know, we've had some interactions and whatnot, and that's one thing that I think for me personally, I don't want to say lacking because I feel like that's a negative response to something that I think is necessary, but it's not always, it doesn't look the same for everyone. But for lack of a better word, I feel like I'm lacking as far as the community portion is concerned. I'm not an introvert, though I would, you know, much rather be held up in the house with the AC blasting, with some 90s black romance movies playing in the background while I type away at my manuscript. But all that aside, I can get out and I can cut a rug. I can, you know, do some C walking, some B walking, some TikTok dances. You know, I ain't got the mega knees, but I can do a little something. But all that being said, I don't know that I've established or cultivated a kind of author, writer adjacent community, which I'm not devastated by, but it's something that I'm thinking about. So when the offer was extended to me to read this book earlier, I was like, oh, definitely doing that. So I'm definitely reading with intention. I'm reading to enjoy it, but I'm reading to also leave that review because I want to support and help out where I can. And she did a phenomenal job as far as I could tell with my where I am in the book. So there's that. So let me get on, get some grooming going on, and get back into some AC because this Texas heat ain't no freaking joke. It's like 90 degrees out. Happy reading, happy writing.
You're nasty.
Nasty, I've been a nasty girl. Nasty, I've been.
Also, Tinashe album dropped today. A bunch of freaking albums dropped today, and so that's also the backdrop to everything that I'm doing. Fan of Tinashe, been a fan for years, and I am ready to get past this first track, Nasty. Up in a nasty writer, up in a nasty girl, and see what the rest of this album is hitting for. But shout out to you, Tinashe, and everybody else who dropped today, and I hope y'all listening and streaming, because I'm here.
Got me obsessed, got me obsessed, got me obsessed. Got me obsessed, got me obsessed. You getting better with the times. Looking on your earth, tasting like some fine wine. Ex broke your heart, you can hear that through a mind. Nick be calling, but you never mind, cause you all mine. Pull up to my house late night, hit the brake lights and the shade right. I know what's up on your mind. Pour a couple shots, put the Henny in my cup, and a couple moments later we'll be bending up a twine. Something that's divine, had to give it time, but I'm patient. I just wanna see on your spaceship. Plus you done the earth and you never on some face. Didn't have to bill at the
Kaylin Ellis, Matea, just to name a few. These albums have been, oh my God, been gold. I've been cycling through just a lot of kind of every album, every new album that was suggested to me. So I thought Tinashe's new album dropped, and it was just, I don't know what you call those projects where it's like 5 or 6 different versions of the same song. I'm still gonna listen to it, so I was incorrect. It is not Tinashe's album, but it is this specific type of album. So I'm got here a little early, no time to kill. I've been going through some brainstorming and kind of reading through the second book and seeing what pieces I could pull from, like right off the top, things that like stand out that I may want to reference towards the end. That's been the goal. I've been getting some of that done. I have probably about another 10 minutes, so I'm going to just chill, enjoy this AC, go get groomed on up, and then bring my butt back out here and go home. I'm tired, y'all. Like, the first day of summer was yesterday, and it was the longest like day, sure, but that shouldn't have nothing to do with me being tired. I was at work all day yesterday. I'm tired. Maybe this is just the butterfly effect of that day, but I just want to sleep.
Impatient, basic. We just take a time, we should pace it. And you 1-to-1, God ain't no copy.
There's the Lola Young album that dropped. My God, music has really, like, of course, who doesn't like music? But I've really been listening to some phenomenal artists, and not just this week with the releases, but my playlist for my books, I feel like are very good. They're varied, a lot of different types of artists, really building a mood and a feel and a vibe for my books, like a sonic, not visualizer, because that wouldn't be it, but like a audibilizer, I don't know, but I'm enjoying this. So I'm in this like really good summer mode. Summer's finally here. Got this good music playing, riding around in the big body, you know what I'm saying, looking good. I don't know, this feels like a promising season, and not just like the actual 4 seasons, but like also the metaphorical season of like moving into this new space. And I don't know, I'm just feeling good, and I'm thinking, you know, things are aligning and working out, and I am no longer having the stress and the heaviness of certain expectations, that a lot of which I put on myself, stop me from, you know, getting through and doing the things that I want to do. So that being said, I'm excited to be stationary, get somewhere, and you know, finish on this book. And the other part, which I don't know if it's a me thing or an author thing, but with this being the summer, my book takes place over the summer months into the fall, and though it is in California and not Texas, I'm still like, hey, these are the vibes, the 80-90 degree weather, the good music, the beautiful people, the laughing, the day parties, the drinking, the good food, all that, like the relationships, the hookups, the hookbacks, and all that. Like, I'm feeling good. So I don't know, this is a little check-in to say the music is doing what it's supposed to do, the inspiration, the motivation is there, and shit, we're gonna get to it. So I hope y'all are feeling even a fraction of the joy that I am now, and that it moves through you in all the best ways. So traffic is effectively at a stop and go, stop and stand still. So I'm going to, so I've decided kind of randomly, I'm going to come up with maybe 2 or 3 book covers, because I'm noticing that that's one of the things that is a kind of sticking point for me. And so that's where I pour a lot of stress and anxiety into. So I'm going to do like my own. I did a mock-up cover for the first book once before, and I'll see if I can't find it. But I'm going to do that. I'm hoping that that'll ease some of the stress that I may have when it comes to the book cover game, because I see some book covers, some that I don't particularly care for, some that I do, and it's not that things are bad, it's just not my taste. And I'm like, oh, let me see if I can like emulate something, or if I can conjure up I feel like I'm pretty good with design-ish branding type stuff. So that's what I'm going to do. Of course, not in this traffic, but I'm going to see if I can't make some moves that way, and maybe do like a poll or something to show the different book covers. But yeah, that's the plan.
Felt so many times, this is different, we can make it. Love dripping good off of you, let me taste it. Got me obsessed, got me obsessed, got me obsessed.